Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? I hope you guys had a great day today. Market was a little bit iffy today. Well, a lot of bit iffy today, if I have to say so myself. I got a little out of hand at the open. I knew going into the day I shouldn't be aggressive, but I was aggressive anyway and kind of paid the price for it. But we're going to take a look at that here in a minute. Message for today: don't be a trading theorist. There are too many trading theorists out there. There are too many people that could sit there and tell you what you're doing wrong, or what you should be doing, or what you should be looking at, because they read some book, or they read some, watch some video, or whatever from somebody who doesn't even trade. There's a lot of trading books, there's a lot of trading videos that are out there, training videos that people put out that don't trade for real. They're just theorists. They read something somebody put out that may or may not be a trader themselves. They come out and they lay their thing out, and if it sounds good, we're going to go for it. But we have no idea whether it works or not. So not only do you need to learn, but you need to be able to put into practice what you learn. So if the strategy that you're trading doesn't require you to learn Fibonacci, then why the hell are you going to learn it? It's not going to help you in the strategy. Now, if you are going to, want to trade and want to trade a Fibonacci strategy, then yeah, you're going to have to learn it. But, you have to be smart about what you do. You can't be a trading theorist. You have to be able to put everything to work. Execute it in the market every day. That's why whatever I teach is what I trade. And there are different scenarios that will change things up. And that's why you want to be able to see it and see it happen and understand, okay, this is why this has to be amended or changed, because this is what's happening. Okay, if you don't actually see it happen, you don't see what's going on live, you're not going to catch it. You probably won't understand it. So, again, don't be a trading theorist. Be a practitioner. Be somebody that can put everything that they learn into practice to where it makes sense and you could be a consistently profitable trader. All right. So let's look at today. Another day, 3 days in a row. We're pretty much trading sideways. We did dip up today, make a higher high, but after the close, it seems like, it kind of stayed flat, didn't really do much. I'm going to look at this again around midnight to see, what it looks like before I go to sleep. But, pretty interesting here. We're still holding the 5-day. We have not touched the top of this channel, this ascending resistance. We have not touched it. It's just kind of hanging out. Remember yesterday I told you, slow down, be cautious, let the market work itself out. I did not listen to my own advice. I did not slow down. I did not proceed with caution. And I kind of messed myself up. So again, we're just waiting to see where this is going to break. Is it going to lose the 5-day and start to curl over? Look at the 20. Look how it starts to flatten out here. That means we're losing some short-term push on this. Look at the MACD. The MACD and the signal line are right on top of each other. All right, the RSI has pretty much flattened out over the last couple of days. I mean, there's no volatility that's being shown anywhere or picked up anywhere. So it's a crapshoot. Yeah, technically, this is pointing to a long trade. The bulls are in charge, but they haven't done anything. They're just sitting there. So it could just as easy lose a 5-day and start selling tomorrow. So can't really predict what's going to happen. I can look at the technicals. The technicals tell me we're still holding up. We're holding the 5-day. We're probably going to push up a little bit more tomorrow. But I zoom out and I look at this and say, hey, this thing could fall off a cliff, because every time, the bulls are coming in trying to take control, they're being stuffed. So we just need to wait, be patient, and see what it brings. So here's a close-up view of it. You can see this is the channel that we were in for a couple weeks. Friday, Monday, Tuesday, we're sitting right on the top of this channel, but we can't go no damn where. Today we just popped up over it, but it came right back down and pretty much closed in line with these 3 candles. So, we just have to wait and see what's what. All right, so remember I told you today I was not cautious. I did not proceed with caution. I didn't slow down, even though I talked about it pre-market. I didn't really like what was going on. I didn't like what I saw. But I chased this out of the gate. Now, if I was going to buy this, I should have bought it down here. And I would have been able to take profit on this. I'd at least had a base hit before it fell off the face of the earth. And you see me do this multiple times. Catch the big push up, take some profit off the table, and then it falls back. And then it gives me a short. So I chased it, a little too aggressive, paid the price, stopped out. Here we started selling off. This is where I should have got short. If I was going to short this, I should have got short here. And, I may not have been able to take profit here, but at least I may not have been stopped out before I was able to take profit on this trade. But I got in. This was before the 5-minute was up. This is where I should have got in. Honestly, I should have waited until once I got stopped out here, let the 5-minute put itself in, and then get in. So the first 2 trades out of the gate, F. It's failures, because I did not execute worth a damn. Now this trade here, the 3rd trade, was perfect according to plan. All right, this was ideal. The 5-minute opening range breakdown, you get in, it started to sell, it put in the bottom here. And this is actually the first bottom after the market was open. So we put in a channel. Like, this channel wasn't formed yet until this candle bottomed, and then this candle made a new high. So 3 stop outs in a row, 2 asinine trades, 1 trade, trading my strategy. So honestly, this would be the only trade that didn't work. So what do? If, we sit back and we wait. And so I sat back. I waited until it came back in. Got in when we broke the low of this channel and got a really solid move. Got the first target here, took 2/3 off, and could not catch. I was looking for 103.50. I was looking for a bigger sell-off than this. And I would have taken it at 104 if it got there. But you can see we just ran into a bunch of support here and ended up was supposed to have gotten stopped out here. All right, so I had an appointment. I had to leave, and I put in a range order for 102.50 in case it turned around and came back, or stop out up here. I think it was at 106 something. When I got back, the stock had already run all the way up and did all of this, and I'm still in the trade. I look at it, for some reason my stop order got rejected, and I was still in the trade 100 shares. Now I was down less than a point, when I saw this. And so I'm in the trade. We're in a downtrend here. Look at this. We're definitely in a downtrend. So I'm only in 100 shares. I'm not even I'm not even a point down. So if I zoom out and I'm looking at the technicals, why not give it a shot? I mean, this is pretty good. You might not be able to see that. Let me change the color on this. Let's change the color on this to a pretty green. How about that? Still might not be able to see it. But this is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at. So we did, come down. We bounced. Tried to get back over it. I'm just looking at the overall trend at this point. We're, low volatility. There's very little chance that this thing is going to blow up in my face with only holding 100 shares. And so I just kind of hung on to it. And I'm still hanging on to it. All right, I'm still hanging on to it. Because technically the trade's still in play. So I didn't want to look at my P&L. I didn't want to look at anything because I didn't want to sit here and say, oh, if I take it off, I'm only going to be down this. And if I take this trade, I can make this. No, that's why I don't look at my P&L. But that's where we're at. So we'll see where this thing ends up. But I still feel we have got some more selling to do on this AMD. No doubt about it. Let's look at the daily chart. I'm gonna bring the daily chart up real quick. Gonna bring the daily chart up real quick. Here we go. AMD. So, we got room all the way down to 102. And that's what I'm looking for. If we get through 102, look at where we've got right down here to 95. So there's room in this coming all the way back in if it continues to sell. And I expect it to continue to sell. I think this was a BS run up. So I'm just looking at fundamentals now. But again, you got to wait. Let the market tell you. The market's never wrong. We're the ones that are wrong. So let the market tell us where it's going to go, and we'll trade accordingly. So that wraps it up for me today. You guys have a great night, great evening. I'll catch you guys first thing in the morning in the room for our live webinar, and we'll see if we can keep this party going.